dangerous.
Bad feeling about this.
You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world. Yes, sir. What's up? It's your boy Humble Dad back with another edition of Humble Dad Podcast. Got a great show for you this evening. How do I know? Because I said so, and we usually do. Talking about how can people be more productive in their marriages and relationships. And today's particular topic will be what women need to know. Episode 193. In episode 192, we talked about what men need to know. And I am going to be biased probably in this particular scenario, but hopefully it will be very educational and inspirational to those that listen to the podcast today. So we're going to start off with the question of what was your favorite subject, or what is your favorite subject to study? And we're going to start off with none other than Miss Jamie in the building.
Hello. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. All right. So my favorite subject to study now, well, for a while, is the Bible. I like the Bible. I do. I'm not going to lie. I know that sounds cliche or whatever, but it's not, because you can always read something and then go back, when you get a little seasoned, and pick up stuff that you didn't see the first time, right? So once he hit you with that conviction the first time, hurt your feelings, and then you go back a couple months later, you can hear it better, like, oh, and then you get the other part, right? So the Bible.
That's what's up. I didn't know the Bible is a subject.
It is a subject. Yeah, my whole life. The whole life is a subject.
I literally teach biblical marketing, biblical business at the college. So
Okay, see, you being funny. All right.
All right. Hey, and welcome. See, listen, you know who I should have introduced first?
Who?
This dude right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying because today, listen, it's a full moon. What's up, homie?
What's up, man? Yeah, don't even play. Don't play. Stop it, y'all. Stop it, y'all. Stop it, y'all. My favorite subject to study is people and how they be acting out. Okay?
Bro,
and we have two subjects here. Okay?
I got two positive things, my guy. You
Oh,
time and you came off the mute button. Listen, you leveling up.
hey, history, okay? Just like y'all, okay? Just like y'all. Profiling me based off of my history. But yeah, history was my I'd say favorite subject to study. It also then falls in line with the Bible because there's a lot of history in the Bible. Also in high school, they were taught by coaches and junior high. So it's usually the chillest class.
Very good point. That's what's up. Appreciate you being here, homie. And welcome to the stage, none other than Miss Ash in the building.
Hello. Hi. My favorite subject would be business. And we're not talking about other people's business. We're talking about the actual class, okay? I like the whole marketing strategy, coming up with the business plans and going so forth and getting the loans and doing that part of business, not being in everybody's business. Even though I am privileged to some business, but I'm on my business. Anyway.
I like how you put that. That's what's up. I like business, but not other people's business. I mind my business. That's what's up. Hey, and welcome to the stage, none other than Hulk Hogan himself in these streets. Prototype.
What's going on? Oh, you heard that?
Yeah, it was good at first, and then it caught a cramp.
Ah, man. No, my favorite subject to study is people, particularly women. Yeah, I should have been a psychiatrist or something, you know. But if it wasn't for the ladies, I wouldn't have went to school. I wouldn't have played football. I wouldn't have went to college. I did everything for the girls. So women is my favorite subject.
That's what the way you put that together, bro. So you saying you study women so well that they were your motivation, your inspiration, and what it is and why you became who you are.
Listen,
Psychiatry.
I used to get in trouble when I was young, and I was figuring like there ain't no girls in jail, so I don't need to be here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, saved my life.
That's what's up. That's one way to look at it, my dude. That's what's up. Appreciate you being here. And welcome to the stage, none other than the Barry White of the YouTube streets, lost in translation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What's going on?
Listen, my favorite subject was science. Man, I can't get enough of it, man. It's one of those things, man, that it gives you something to do. It gives you mental stability. It lets you figure stuff out and why stuff is. And it really doesn't matter what it is. It could be physical science. It could be chemical. It could be engineering. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And even sometimes in some instances, people too. You know, how we're made up, you know, that type of thing, what we do. Sometimes it veers into psychology as well too. But science is one of my things, man, that I was good at in school. So I even practice that even in my spare time, even when I don't have an assignment or nothing. I just love learning, man, every day.
That's what's up. I think it's important for people to keep learning, you know, because there's you can't know everything. And so it's also an opportunity to get better at something. For me, I enjoy studying math, right? Like my go-to specific in math is algebra 1. Like I can teach. That's what have taught for years. But once I realized that algebra 1 is the fundamental skill set of how we operate life, and most people didn't know that. Everything we do is surrounded by algebra 1. You're talking about y equals mx plus b. We do that all day. We talk about the Pythagorean theorem, angles all day. What you mean, Dwayne? What you shaking your head no for?
Man, I'm still trying to solve for X, bro.
Well, that's the part of algebra 1.
I'm sorry?
That's the whole part of algebra 1 is to solve for X.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Name something that uses WMX B or the Pythagorean theorem that we use in everyday life.
When you do a budget.
Everybody don't do budgets. As we talked about earlier.
So I give you
when you buy a house for square footage, you know, you're trying to calculate how much you're paying per square foot when you buy a house, you know.
So ratios, percentages, discounts, clear, you know, let's see, but more specifically, for example, if you go to the movies, right, and you have, I don't know, you want to buy popcorn, you want to buy something to drink, and you only have a certain amount of money that you can spend, that's your y equals mx plus b, right? Because b is your y-intercept, meaning if you don't buy anything, you at least have to pay for the ticket to get in, right? That's why you talked about y equals b. That's your y-intercept. And then if you buy more than one popcorn, then X is the amount of popcorns that you bought. M is how much you paid for the popcorns. So that's your y equals mx plus b, just on a small scale. You got it.
Yeah, I don't go to the movies every day, but okay.
You got no, you know, whatever, bro. We're here for that. I'm here for that. We're gonna start it like this. I didn't put upload any videos today. If I have time, I will. But we have several questions that I wanted to kind of see what we can get to and articulate to help some people. And we're gonna start with the ladies first to get their thoughts on what do women think about men? What do women think about men? I give you some think time. Dun-dun-dun. And we're gonna start with Ash.
Okay, what? I know you didn't help her. That's why you neck is burned. Not the way you should be. You should be first. But okay, whatever. Okay, when you say what do women think about me, what do you mean? Like, are we going depth, scale, card, job? What we talking about? Are you talking about first appearance? What you mean when you say that?
Well, you know how it works over here on the
No, because this is a very vague question here. What do women think about me? 'Cause I can't speak for everybody. Because when I look at somebody, I'm like, okay, that's a nice looking man. Okay, I wonder where he going today.
Okay.
You know, there's something simple like that. Or, oh, okay, he just got out of work. Oh, he got them work boots on. Okay. Oh, and then look at this dirty motherfucker. He ain't going nowhere. I bet he ain't got no fare. So, you know, that's my average thought on a daily. Or if I see a passenger that was riding, but they done got them a little Lexus in the top drive, like, oh, okay, player, look at you. Or if I see somebody that say they got a promotion, they got the promotion, I see them out working in the street, like, oh, he got it, you know, congrats, honk, honk, bye, you know. It just depends. Or if it's one of the young Thundercats, it's more or less, you need to put your doggone pants up, your drawers showing. So again, that's very vague for me because this is what I go through within an 8.5 hour shift from morning.
You like for me to give you a specific?
You can, but I think I covered all the Pacifics of what I see.
No, Pacific is an ocean first. Okay.
Okay, well, the body of water that I'm traveling and navigating, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, that's the sharks that's swimming around the bottom of the boat.
For sure. For sure. I'm gonna be more specific. What do women think about men as it comes to being marriageable?
I don't know. You have to ask somebody that's trying to get married. I don't know. Because to me, it's like financial stability. What he gonna do? Like, is he stuck here forever, or do he got a plan to move forward? Because you know, some people get stuck in their daily routine, and that's all they want. You know, it just depends on what that man's got set for his next set of goals, or have he reached all his goals. Stop pushing up your glasses, Lost. I know you're not in agreement. Okay, you ain't got to do all that. You gonna get your turn to speak. But anyway, go ahead and go over there, Lost, because he getting on my nerves with all that anger over there.
We gonna go. Jamie gonna go first, and then she gonna choose who she go next. Jamie, what do women think about me?
I feel like this question is a setup. I just want to say that out loud. This question is a set up, but I'm gonna give you what you're asking for. You ready?
Sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That we don't need them. We don't need them. What do women think about men? We don't need them. That's what y'all wanted. Now the fire is lit. So you know I'm gonna pass it over.
You're gonna eat right there like this. So
That's all you getting.
Okay, cool. And what do you think about men?
Oh, I mean, I think that they're nice. You know, every now and then y'all is nice. I think, you know, men have that I actually like to study men. I find y'all to be very intriguing creatures. Very simple yet complex. It's very interesting because universally across color lines, y'all have the same standard of need, right? But with our community, because like that standard has never been met, you know, it's met with like some type of resistance too sometimes. So I'm just saying, like, oh, that sound bad too. See, like how I added that in there because that standard has never been met. Lord help me. All right, look, just go with the first answer because that's the one that's gonna get the conversation really started. Don't go off of my answer. Let's go off of what everybody says on the internet. We don't need y'all, and you complain too much. And you, like what? For real? Like I'm at the point, I'm gonna just say this. If a bum on the street can get a relationship and be happy, I can too.
Mm.
That's where I'm at.
So you're saying there's a lot of good dudes out here. Who you got going next?
Prototype.
Ooh. What do women think about men?
What do y'all think about us? Are we a check? We something for y'all to get us to do something. It's either we gonna buy something, pay for something, fix something to help y'all out. Just something for y'all to use and abuse and take advantage of. That's what y'all think about us. Is, you know, anytime y'all need us, want us, is to take care of something for y'all. You know what I mean? It's never about the companionship. It's never about it's just entertain me, something to make me laugh. Something just something, just a service to y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all men are to y'all, is just something to service y'all. You know what I'm saying? So either they paying for something, they feeding y'all, they making y'all, they entertaining y'all, they fixing something. You know, that's all y'all want us for. We just a thing for y'all, a thing, something to pleasure y'all. That's it. That's all y'all. That's all we are to y'all. What you got? Mute, MJ.
Appreciate that. What do women think about men? It just depends on what they think about their dad. They have to have something to measure against. So depending on how their dad was, it will be how they see men.
They use their daddies. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. But for what?
Daddy pay for this, buy me this. I need something bought. I need something fixed. Can you come over and put up my drywall? Can you fix? I got a leaking pipe. Call my dad. My car is broken. It doesn't fix. And can somebody get the snow off my car? Can somebody shovel my driveway? Daddy's a service tool too. That's all we are.
Well, as being in service is a good thing, but being grateful of that service is also a good thing as well. So based upon how that daughter was raised, that's why I'm putting it like that. So if she's just looking for something, then that's what the relationship with her dad was like. If her dad was a good father and then set boundaries in the sense of entitlement, there's a different ball game. So I'll pass on a loss on this one.
Thank you, Dwayne. Sometimes you have to be aware of your answer before you say it, because I'm aware of this algorithm and what it shows me versus what I see in actual real life. Okay. I'll give you an example. On this internet, women have a lot of foul stuff to say about men. You know, they rather have the bear, you know. they would rather us just take the money from Kamala and sell weed on the streets. You know what I'm saying? And put our lives in danger and just get mad at us because we won't vote for her and all kind of stuff. You know, it's just, why don't y'all just do this? Do what we told you to do. You know, that type of thing. That's what I see on the internet, because it's concentrated. I'm aware of the algorithm. You see what I'm saying? So I can't allow it to cloud my judgment. And then again, I look over to my comment section. I see so many wonderful women who come to support me, because come over to support us. And I really can't put them in the same boat. So my thing is this: it really depends, like Dwayne said, on how that woman was trained to look at men. Yes, men are put here to help and to assist, but not to abuse. You see what I'm saying? And I think sometimes certain women will, based upon the information that they've gathered, they'll think they're supposed to be used. If they listen to a certain female podcaster who says that men should be deleted or something like that, little boys should be deleted or whatever, and they don't really hold men in reverence. Then say, for instance, you got other women who actually go to church, listen to their pastor. You know what I'm saying? They have great husbands, great people in their families or whatever. Those women hold men in high regard because they see those men who are wise, those who care, those men who are directly involved in their lives. So those particular women actually hold men in high regard. So it all really depends on whether or not you're aware of what you're looking at. So I can't be held slave to what I see on the internet versus what I actually see in reality. I have to make sure that I balance that thing out. You know, I can't say it's one way or the other. It really depends on who treats me, how they treat me, and then what I see, because that is my direct interaction with those particular women and how they see me. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I like how you put that too, right? That you're giving context to your statement that you made, which everybody did. And so I think it's good to, when it is vague question, I'm wanting you all to put the context, right? And instead of me providing all of it, because I want to see what your thought process is. What came to mind for me, I would say that women think that men are supposed to be Superman, but they're going to bypass Clark Kent, right? So what I mean by that is that they want a guy that is everything to them. They want a guy that is obviously going to be a provider. It just makes sense. But he has to have emotional stability, and then that's going to be different depending on where she is and in the context of her emotions. She wants to make sure she wants him to be someone that stays at the house when she wants to stay at the house. If he goes out, it's okay, but did I get to go out? So it's more of she wants him to be everything as opposed to him being what it is that she needs, right? And however, she will bypass the guy such as Clark Kent, the ordinary guy that has Superman qualities, but they don't want to take the time out to get to know Clark Kent. When in essence, if they would get to know Clark Kent is going to be the guy that's normal, yes, but he's willing to learn and grow and build with you as an individual, because he knows, as a good leader does, the best part of us being together is us coming together and building together, with you in mind, understanding that, yes, I have the blueprint, but I'm okay with, as an architect of the plan, for you to give me input on how to design these plans. So I would say that women see men, when they look at them, as Clark Kent, but they want every man to be their Superman. What's your thoughts?
I would like to respectfully object. Do not want Kent and Clark and Superman over there. We want the Joker over there. Everybody wants the bad boy, the thrill. He's getting the money. He's available, and he toxic. He giving us the emotional thrill, right? Dwayne, stop shaking your head and learn how to use the mute button.
No, it's at Jamie. It's at Jamie. She co-signed
okay.
it. She co-signed it too much.
Because when you really think about it, everybody don't want nobody to fix it. Everybody want to ride that emotional roller coaster that's sold. Everybody feel like the toxicity got to win. They want to do everything the wrong way. Because see, if you go over there with Clark Kent requires a different level of respect. Clark Kent, you have to be modest. You have to actually be a lady. Over there with the Joker, he gonna slap you around and make you into the lady that he wants you to be. So you got to understand, everybody ain't looking at Superman. They want some of that badness over there. Like I said last time, I choose the Joker because, well, we're going to have a little toxicity. We're going to have a little fun. We're going to have a little roller coaster ride. Women really, let me tell you something. Most of the good guys out here that are turning to the bad guy behavior is turning like that because that's what's selling. That's what women think they want until they get that and they understand, oh, this is not what I want. Yeah, that's what you signed up for. That's what you turned this man into because you're trying to fit a narrative that doesn't exist. And I'm done.
No. Okay. Did somebody want to respond to that?
She right.
I'm glad she wrapped it up. She brought it back around. She did, because the way she started off with the bad boy thing, that's true. But then until you get what you don't like, and then you gotta change your ways, that's whenever things you
Baby,
figure out.
you can't change them 3 and 4 kids. It's too late for you. You're drowning.
Oh, you true. Yeah, oh no, that's so true. But you know what? There's consequences to your actions, and it's unfortunate for a lot of the parties that's involved in that, including children. But in that, it's like, why is it then that women then do that? So it's like y'all are. Proto, what you got?
Wait.
Proto.
Put your big hand down.
They do it because they can't make decisions for themselves. They're supposed to be protected. They dad, like you used to have to go through their daddy to get to them. You know what I mean? They're always supposed to be protected, covered, in a covering. You can't expect them to ever make the right decision because they don't. They won't. You know what I'm saying? So just you got to get a woman from through the daddy. If she's out on her own, please believe she's gonna have a lot of baggage with it because she's not capable of making right decisions. She's only gonna make the wrong ones.
So how do you, okay, Jamie, help me see this. I think we talked about this before. Do you subscribe to what Proto was saying, that women can't make good decisions?
I mean, yeah, like it's right. It's accurate. I think we talked about this where I said, when I was picking, I picked wrong. Why did I pick wrong? I don't know. I can't even tell you why I did it. Like and here's the thing about the woman. I think this is something that even started in the garden. We know that we are going wrong, but it looks shiny and it looks more appealing. And so it's kind of like, it's like a scary movie. You know that one person that knows the danger is right there, but we're going to go see if it is really in the woods. We got to go make sure. Right. And so then when it's actually there, we're like, oh my God, why did this happen to us? And we play damsel, but we're really not a damsel. We made the choice to jump into that fire. We did, but we do it. I think it's more exciting also too. A lot of like, what do you call that? Disney movies kind of helped us, like Beauty and the Beast. Why would we want to change a beast? Right? Like, because he becomes Prince Charming all of a sudden. So you have to think about the psychological part of it. And we watch those movies with enthusiasm of thinking that we would actually get that probably later on in life. Right? So we see the bad guy and we're like, we could change him. We can change him. Our love, yes, our love is so different that we're going to make this man great. And that's where the delusion comes in. So no, Prototype is, he right. And it's true. We were supposed to have a covering, right? Like we're supposed to have somebody that goes, hey, that boy is going to hurt your feelings. Leave him alone. And when you don't have that person to look and see, okay, I see the traits that I used to have in this person. You don't want to go down that route. We're going to go. We are going down the route. We are jumping headfirst in. We are in there like swimwear. You feel me? Like it's about to happen. It's going down. So yeah, Prototype, you're right. And it's true. We like food, you know what I'm saying? And we like to laugh. And because of those two things being fulfilled by that boy.
So then,
gone. Like,
okay. So then this was my question. I changed it up based on what y'all said. So then why do I wrote that wrong. Why do women struggle to give up their independence, seeing as though what you all are saying, what Proto and Jamie and even Ash are saying, that that women don't make good decisions. So if women on average don't make good decisions, why do they struggle to give up their independence? Talk to me, Lost.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's always this invisible safety net there for women. That's the reason why they can make the decisions that they make. Most guys go through life on a high wire with no safety net. And we know it. You know what I'm saying? No, we already know nobody's coming to save us. But with women in certain cases, they already know they got family to fall back on, social services to fall back on, probably some simp somewhere. You know what I mean? Who's in the back of her phone that she can always call, just in case emergency break glass. That's the main reason why they struggle with independence. And the killing part about it is that they don't think that we understand or we know. You know what I'm saying? It's if you look at it on this surface, and you look at it and you understand that people move a certain way for a reason. People don't move haphazardly if they didn't have a backup plan. People don't talk to you that ways if they don't have a backup plan. So you can basically tell how somebody moves, whether or not they got a safety net or not. And I think a lot of times, if you look at women, most times the reason why they struggle to give up their independence is because they got a lifeline somewhere else, several that they rely on. And sometimes they'll say, well, I'm moving independent. I sure came together who actually helped them and said, no, you're not, because I'm helping you, I'm helping you, I'm helping you, I'm helping you. Then the narrative of them being independent goes away. And if you take away them being the victim, then that's a superpower they don't get a chance to use. Dwayne, it's on you.
Appreciate that loss. Why do women struggle to give up their independence? Because the Bible is correct. We are all right in our own minds. Right? So if we've been journeying on however old you are, whatever number you got, that's how many years of experience you got figuring it out and coming up with your answers. And even though you did wrong, if you feel that you're right, you feel that you're right. So like what Ash was talking about, that is that real world experience. Like you could go through college and all that, right? But until you get that on the job, like sometimes all that stuff go out the window. So as for giving up that independence, it's difficult because that's what you know, unless you're not leaning on your own understanding, like the Bible says again, then it charts a whole new course for you. My 2 cents. Proto, what you got?
Man, I really don't have I don't have an answer for this for real because I'm thinking about it, right? All the scenarios when women are struggling to give up their independence, and I see every single woman folding under their independence. But then you think about people like Ash, who has she refuses to give up her independence because she's protecting her, her family. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you got women like that who's like they're independent because they know. I'm not saying this is Ash, but they're independent because they know they can't get the man they want, so they just check out. You know what I mean? They realize like, okay, my value is XYZ. I'm not going to get that kind of guy that I think I want or think I deserve. So I'd rather just be by myself. But if a guy came along, like they'll toss it over. Ain't nothing independent about them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they hate paying bills. They really hate doing stuff for themselves for real. And if a guy could come and save them, they're going to take it. You know what I'm saying? So unless they Ash, then it's a little different. But generally, like, but she has something like strong will that she's protecting. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's different. Not there's some women like she's not different. She's different, but she just has something she's protecting. But after that, like let's say her kids get grown, oh, please believe she'll be back throwing away independence once again. So yeah. So there's that.
Think she would still be independent once the kids?
Hell no. Look, hell no. Look. No. Once she's done protecting her kids and she feels they're safe and gone, she kicked the birdies out the nest, then she go back to being independent. I mean, she'll go back to like, where's the man to save me? I need this man. I need a man. Look, yeah.
Got you. She said, where they at? Who you got going next?
I think Jamie's the only one left.
Okay, bet.
I don't know.
Do you struggle
But
with independence, Jamie?
nah, no. No, I mean I'm with prototype. I don't like doing all this. This is too much. I wanna I would like to take a break for 500, please.
I did not see that coming. That was well done.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I'll
Ev-
answer for her then, and she don't know.
I bet.
You know what? You know why people don't want to get these women don't want to give their independence because then they ain't got nothing to say. You can't call it adulting. They refuse to put it. I'm being an adult, taking care of myself, taking care of what I created. Then you can't go around here. I'm independent. I did it all by myself. Listen to my story. Listen to my plot. No, I don't call it. I don't associate myself with that word. You know why? Because I'm being an adult. I went out and had kids. Okay. What's the adult things to do? Take care of my flock. Take care of my children. What is the adult thing to do? Go to work. Be stable. Understand that I can't go out all in the nighttime, as Fat would say when she was little. I'd be gone early in the nighttime. No, you can't do certain things. It's just being grown. I hate when people say independent because if you really think about the examples that was given, I think Lost gave it. If you're depending on somebody else's pocket, the government, are you really independent? Because baby, you got to wait for them to okay your benefits. You got to wait for the release date on those benefits. You have to wait until this man say, yes, I can give you those funds, or yes, I can take your car to the shop, or yes, I can fix that alternator, or yes, I can fix that sign when you running down the street and you don't know what's wrong with your car. So are you really independent? Or are you just saying I'm independent to fit in the crowd? That's where we're gonna go with it. Because to me, I like I told y'all, I don't feed into these narratives and these vocabulary words that these people put out here to feel powerful. No, I'm just being an adult. I'm taking care of my business. I'm handling what grown folks supposed to do. But these women don't want to be, don't want to get it up because then they ain't got nobody to look at them. Because then you just the next woman in line with kids. You just the next woman in line taking care of her household. You just the next woman going to school. Nobody want to be just another woman. They want to add labels, say the look at me labels. I'm an independent, strong black woman. No, I'm just out here making money just like you.
Ash, you about to get canceled. You playing like
Baby,
that was
I was canceled before I got started. I'm not worried about a cancellation because if you want to cancel the truth, baby, you need to stop looking at somebody else's pocket and go ahead and get a little job application and put some money in your pocket. And yes, I will give you a ride for the first week. And just know after that it's $1.25. You can also add the app on your phone and you can pay that way as well. If Mr. Charlie gave you $1.25 so you can ride the bus, you and your flock, baby, I will gladly wait on y'all so you can gladly get to work and be there on time. Okay. It ain't no cancellation when you grown. Baby, that's what's wrong with women. Not being accountable. You want to be the princess instead of the queen. That's the problem. You want to be the princess, not the queen. The queen is in charge making decisions. The princess is the little girls running around here doing whatever, and somebody got to go bail them out. Ain't no cancellation when you grown. Baby, I ain't never been.
Damn, Ash, it's just Monday.
Oh, baby, I've been a rapper. I'd have had me a good
I
nap.
know. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
You can tell. Man.
I'd have had me a good nap, baby. Hey, here you go. I had to put my own car in the shop. I had to go out there and get with them. So just imagine how I felt. So this is the second time the car done been to the shop, baby. I ain't playing with them. And the queen has to say something, not the princess running around here. Oh my God, what am I going to do? No, baby, y'all need to fix this.
So
Let me
I'm
talk to the man.
hearing that when a woman puts on the emblem of I'm independent, she is in the victim mindset
Yeah,
because there is nobody that is independent for real, for real. Like men don't even really want to be independent. Like men would prefer to have a woman next to them, helping them move to their goals. And the companionship, right? You going, I mean, man, listen, I enjoy coming home to just sit in the room with my wife some days. We went to the fair 3 times in the same week, right? Yeah, I spent money, Dwayne. I'm just saying. But listen, the cost.
Pythagorean theorem. You got it.
You like spending money.
This nigga. Proto, really? We gonna
You
bring
like
it?
spending. You like spending money.
Listen, I don't like spending money, but I like making memories. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Facts.
as a part of making memories, I am going to have to spend some money. And if you knew me, you know I'm pretty frugal. But as it relates to the fair, it's nostalgia for my wife. She's been going since she was like 2-3 years old, and she's been every year. You know what I'm saying? So, and I knew that going in. So it's like, you know what, I need to, even though it's money being spent, I know that I'm being a part of some memories that I'll always begin to I can always fall back on. And so, going back to the statement about being independent, I think the struggle of the independence, or wanting for women to talk about them being independent, is, as you said, there's a badge of honor that goes with that, but it's from other women. There's a lady that came up to someone I know, and they said, do you know any single mothers? Because we're honoring some single mothers. And if you know some single mothers, would you let them know that we're trying to honor them? Well, this person was like, I don't really know any, and and then they said, you know what? I say, well, such, and they were like, well, that's true. However, she's not really single because the dad is active, right? So the dad is active in the life of the child, so she's not independent. And then they said, not to mention that, why are we honoring single mothers? Right? It's not. It's just not a badge of honor to be a single mother. It's something that is hard to do, yes, but this is celebrating. No disrespect, right? Because I was raised by a single mother. You're celebrating a dysfunctional family, right? No different than if we're celebrating a dude that has. How about this? Why don't we celebrate dudes with multiple baby mamas? How that sound?
We should. I mean, we celebrate women with multiple baby daddies. Why not?
That's what I'm saying with how
I'm
it's
just
saying,
saying.
right?
They take over, what is it? Father's Day and Single Mother's Day. I remember I got a text one day and I cussed everybody out. I said, do not send this crap to my phone. My day is Mother's Day, and that's all I am to them kids is they mama. I'm not their father. I never will be, because if I was their father, I would be having a good old time. But I am their mother, not their father, okay? Because, see, that's the problem. I'm going to go ahead and say it like this. I hate the single mother anthem, the era, all this crap that goes with it. Because, first of all, if you truly is a single mother, you know it is hard to get up every day in and go to a job, miss things because you're trying to sleep, miss out on plays, functions because you're tired. You have to gather up some strength and then go pick them up after the function, then try to pay these band fees, these track fees, and then all of a sudden they say they want to quit, or they want to change the doggone instrument, or they want to change their mind. This is not a badge of honor, because like I tell anybody, when you get sick and you still got to take care of them kids, you still got to cook, clean, and then you got to motivate them. This is not a badge of, this is the work of two people, and I hate it here. It's so ghetto and trifling over here, because at the same time, I still got to keep it together. Because if you're a single mom, you ain't looking for no doggone badge of honor. See, it's always them heifers that's running around here with nothing, doing nothing. They barely got kids. Matter of fact, they weekend mamas. And they don't even really have them in. They holiday mamas. They got them all dressed up like with all the J's and everything on, and the matching outfits. And they ain't got them kids 24/7. Not hating. I'm just a little mad because I wish I had the same flexibility. But oh well. I chose my struggle and I'm gonna struggle on.
Hey, Ash, I got a question for you. Hey, what's the closest junior high and high school to you? What's the name of it?
Let's see. The closest one, okay, we got Cy Spring, that's across the street. Because
Okay,
all my schools are like direct across the street. Do I
okay,
remember all their names? No. You got
it's okay.
Pathway and no, that's the elementary school. I don't forgot the junior high.
Okay, I got you booked up. They got Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Oh,
Now we
right
got
there.
mothers
I
against
am.
single momhood.
I,
So I got you booked up for the auditorium. How's your 2025 looking?
it is looking very empty. We can
All
add
right,
some days
that's good.
because
That's good.
guess
We got
what?
you booked up. Okay.
I got a kid that's about to start driving. I got a kid that's about to start driving, so we can
But
get on that rent.
that is the you done gave an advertisement on why you should not. Okay,
I
you
tell my kids all the time. I don't care what nobody say. One thing for sure, my kids know right now. I say, do not have kids unless you're ready, unless you're with somebody that's going to go through the long haul with you. Being a single parent is not a badge of honor because, like I tell them all the time, if you feel like I'm not the best mom and I'm not doing a good job, baby, get out there and work as well as I do and see how much energy you have. Get out there and think you about to have the lifestyle that I put y'all in because this is sacrifice. Because everybody know I live with my parents. Yes, we're buying a house, but the same doggone time that's come sacrifice because I know there's a different life on the other side if I'm at work not paying attention to my kids. Because me and my sister was just talking about this today. You can't work a whole bunch of hours to have a lifestyle to put on the internet and not pay attention to these children. And then the children all out here smoking weed, getting pregnant, stealing cars, doing whatever, drinking. They out here living a whole adult life and ain't even 21. Let's just think about it. Most of these kids are going down the wrong path because they don't have what? A parent that's actually looking at them, eyes on them, taking accountability for what they not doing in school. They want to put it all on the teachers. I'm done. Because right there, that said a lot right there. You want to put it on the school that your child ain't learning, but you ain't never went through a backpack and dumped it on the floor and just said, what is this? This is empty work with no words on it. You didn't turn it in. There's a zero. Why? You gotta be a parole officer sometime to the children. But anyway.
Facts. I literally just had that situation happen where a parent did not know that her kid didn't know how to read.
How? Oh my God, how? See, that is what
That's all I can
aggravates
say.
me. That's what aggravates me
That's all
about it.
I can say. And so it's and I've been saying this for a long time that it's important for if you're a single parent, you gotta be invested in your kids' education. They create prisons by the third grade. By the third grade, if the kid is in a single parent household, that's how they decide in America how many prisons they're going to build. And so think about this. And so this is for the women out there that keep trying to blame the men for the reason why they got pregnant. Because I just had this conversation on Facebook where this lady said, please teach your sons not to be living with women before or yeah. Teach your sons not to live with women. Make sure they have their own place. And I said to her, you realize that the men that you complain about were raised by single mothers. She said, we can't put all the blame on single mothers.
Why not?
I said, I said, well, then who would be the person teaching the men not to do that? Considering a lot of single mothers move in that fashion, whether they're away from the house or whether they are letting men stay at their house or how they're being treated by men. The children see that, and that is what they replicate, right? So that's why it's important to, like I was telling my son, I said, it's important to protect your seed. He's 13, right? But I also talked to my daughters, obviously, about, listen, we're not dating bums, right? The quality that you have, you gotta protect. Your value is in your chastity. That's what needs to be taught. And unfortunately, where we are now, that individuals are allowing a lot of mainstream media to teach their children. I've been in education for a while, and Jamie's been around children a lot as well. Jamie sees them on a regular basis. These kids are perverted. I tell my students, and they know that some of them probably watching now, and I tell them in class, I say, you all are perverted. For you to be able to tell these particular type of jokes, and then certain things can't be said, certain things can be written on the board because of where your mind goes, that's sad. And that had to be at home. And if it wasn't at home, somebody brought it to school from somebody home, right? So, young ladies, the things that we're saying are not to make you seem as if we're chastising you. That's what it is. But there needs to be some chastising.
I would say we're trying to
I don't understand why.
Say what? Why?
Somebody
What?
gotta
Why are we trying to hold women accountable? This don't make no sense. They can't.
I'm gonna tell you. Well, okay. Well, then, if we're teaching the guys, we've had this conversation so many times. So let's get to it. So when we're teaching guys to refrain from being around certain type of women, men are already doing that because women are the ones that are selecting. Like you said, since we are not in the days of where the father can give his child away, the woman is the one that's choosing who goes out on dates. That's who choosing.
Yeah, but we gotta. But they always gonna pick wrong. They cannot do it.
But that's the thing. They have to.
The only way to fix this is to put it all on men to fix it. Like saying women do this, women do that. It's not gonna work. We are just talking to a brick wall. It is a waste of time to try to educate women on how to pick the right man.
Cool. I'm gonna go. Dwayne, Jamie, lost.
Jamie, I'm gonna yield the floor to you.
You know, I know this sounds bad, but the Bible actually says what Prototype is saying. It says that women in the last days will be ever learning and never coming to the knowledge of what they learn. So it's like it says it.
What's the rest of that?
We're gonna go right. I already got it ready.
So women specifically?
Oh yeah, it says women. It says it. You mean it should hurt any woman's feelings? It's in 2 Timothy.
That's crazy.
2 Timothy, starting at chapter 6, it says, "For this sort are they which creep into houses." Because before that, it's talking about men. It talks about a type of a men that these women will be attracted to, which are the ones that we're talking about. No good men, the jokers, okay? And it says, "For this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away by diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth." It says it. This is it. Like what we're seeing happening and what Prototype is saying is like, why are we trying to hold? We can't, because I mean, we can try, but the Bible says that this is what it is.
But that doesn't mean that's saying what it is. That's what we're saying currently. It's not saying that we should not be educating women on changing their behavior.
But it says you're wasting your time because
Can you post that? Can you post that for me? I'm about to get that tattooed on my head, boy.
If women are ever learning and never coming to the knowledge of truth, because the same thing that she wanted in the garden was to be wise. That's why she ate of the fruit, right? And I'm just being real. Now I'm not going to say that all women are going to be silly, but we have to look at it for what it is. The vast majority of women are going to be silly.
What's the scripture?
2 Timothy chapter 3, starting at verse 6. But you could start before verse 6 because you want the description of the man too. But it's the honest truth, right? What Prototype said was true. And so sometimes I think men are talking, and I love, that y'all try to educate women and all that type of stuff, but it's kind of like you're talking in vain because you know what I'm saying? Because the women have to want to receive and to produce what is being put in them. And they have to want to take that accountability and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to be a silly woman. But a lot of people there's benefits to being silly. So until the benefits to being silly is taken away, then we're going to have about 90% because the road is narrow. See, remember, there's a narrow path. not everybody gonna get on that path because it's hard. Ash, is the path hard? Friend, over here, over in my other cubicle, tell them how hard the path is.
Baby, my feet hurt. My sandals broke. I need some new Jesus
You
sandals.
feel me?
This
Baby,
is Jesus.
You know,
I need some new-
it's a tight road. You know what I'm saying? It's tight. It
You
hurts.
know why it's
Sure
tight?
is.
It's because these men out here leading with these wallets. Baby, if y'all, let me tell you something. This is what I had thought about the other day. If men stop feeding these heifers, stop
But why would he do
stuff.
that? Why
Hold
would
on. I'm gonna get there, baby. You jumping the gun. You know I gotta lead you up. Then I got the boom.
I apologize.
You know I'm gonna take you up there and just drop you down like a roller coaster. You know that's my thing. Now, if you stop feeding these heifers, let them starve. Let them go out there and eat their own, get their own food and eat. Let them eat their little government groceries that they get with the food stamp card. Let them eat all the shrimp and the lobster tails and all that good stuff. And let them eat the crawfish leg. Let them eat all that good stuff. Get the iodine poisons. If you stop giving them extra money to go to the club, stop giving them extra money for the weed, then they got to get out and work for it. See, if they ain't working for nothing, they say, oh, let me call John. I know he's lonely over there. But if John take his resources and build himself up to a higher value, he don't have to worry about that. Now, Jamie said we're talking in vain to the men. So here it is, my fellow sons and internet nephews and fellow brethrens. I need y'all to withhold y'all earnings from these heifers, these slut bags, these Instagram models and all that. I need y'all to withhold y'all earnings, because let me tell you something. If she call you right now and all she asking for some money, what has that heifer done for you lately? Had the heifer even see if you needed something to eat? Did she even take her little food stamp card over there to try to get you some little groceries put in your house? Because normally back in the day when people had food stamps, they looked out for you in that way. You get what I'm saying? These helpers don't look out for nobody. They helpers trying to feed everybody. They trying to go to the club, drink mimosas, the Don Julios and things. They trying to get there. But I'm just saying, if men just take their earnings off the table, what is that helper really doing for you? What is she really doing? Besides her providing that glory hole. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna leave it alone. That's all.
That's
I
crazy.
want me some glory hole.
Yo, the Holy Spirit's been talking through me all this time.
Thank you for the humility, bro.
I've been saying this since I've got on YouTube.
So
Before that,
now you have scripture to back you up.
it's the Holy Spirit just talking through me. Like, nah, I got you. This is what it's saying. Keep saying it. This is the speech. I've said it over and
Hey,
over.
you do this at least once a month for this dude. Lost, what you got to say, bro?
I ain't got much to say behind that.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Y'all throwing hammers today, man.
They are.
I'm talking about from Ash to Jamie to Prototype. Me and Dwayne just sitting here in awe. Listen,
y'all know I've been absent, so y'all know I got to come back with some bangers. Cause
Ash, I appreciate you. I really do.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell it like this: people need to hear the truth from every side and every angle. And I think what it is, we as women are not telling each other the truth. We scared to tell our friends the truth because we gonna hurt their feelings. Me, I don't care. Cause guess what? I was born alone. I'm gonna leave alone. We may die at the same time. It doesn't mean we're gonna be dying at the exact same second. We may not go to the same place. But at the same time, I feel like the new age kids, they lost. Girls and boys, ain't nobody talking to them no more because the wisdom stopped. For some reason, we stopped spreading wisdom. I'm not talking about just wisdom on going to school. I'm just talking about daily experience. Like I joke all the time with my kids about what I've done and all this other kind of stuff, because at the end of the day, I'm still a person. I'm still learning. I wasn't just put here to be your mother. Your mother did some things that led up to you. So I don't put on this perfect shaft. I am a holy lady. I have never known. This is what mom did. You got here. Hey, be grateful. You know, this could be a different ride for you. This may not be what you want, but at the same time, I'm here. I'm trying to be accountable for my mistakes along the road of being your parent. Because at the end of the day, I don't think that we have the transparency with our kids to let them know that, hey, one while we was out there running wild and free before we found the Lord. You know, that's for those that I found, because I'm yet seeking or pending or whatever, downloading the scripture, whatever. It doesn't matter what I'm doing.
It's
But I'm
coming.
just saying, it's just that we need to tell these kids the truth about life. I think we all scared to tell these kids that we made a mistake because they look at us a different way. No, they're gonna look at us more as a person, more as a human. Like, okay, my mom made a mistake. She's telling me how she got there. Okay, this could go this way if I come to that fork in the road. But we so scared to be human in front of these kids, and then when they get out there and make a mistake, we go, "Oh, you shouldn't have did that. Oh, you ain't gonna live right after that." No, like, why would you do that? Help them, because somebody had to help you, and that's why I always try to lend a helping hand when I can, because I've been on certain roads that some people are traveling, and I'd be like, "Hey, you're not alone, but hey, I ain't gonna sit here on this road with you because it's dark over here. I like the light over there on my road that I done paved, you know." And I think we need more transparency, and we need to really connect with our younger generation. Because I can tell you like this: me and my kids that ride the bus with me, I thought I changed my schedule to get rid of them, but hey, they ride my bus anyway. They understand that I'm not hassling them by no fare, because hey, your mom may not have it. It may be something going on to where she need that money for something else. I'm not gonna hassle you because you're going to school or you pretending. It doesn't matter. It's not my business, because I got you down the street where you're supposed to be, and that's between you and your mom if you walk in that schoolhouse. But at the same time, them kids know that once they get on the bus, we're going to school. We on time. We're gonna get you there. But I don't think we have that transparency and that connection with these kids to let them know that we care, even though I'm not in your household, your family, or your direct friend. That's what's wrong. That's the breakdown. That's why social media done crept in and turning all these women into a little, I pay for it, people, whatever. Go, Dwayne. You're on mute, baby.
Lost. Did you have anything on it?
Go ahead, man. I got it after you, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to. Has anybody on here added to the view count of WAP? It was a collaboration between Carly B and Megan Thee Stallion.
I don't want
Jamie, relax your neck. You're gonna need a neck brace. Relax at ease. Okay. See, you jamming to it already. My gosh. See? Okay, so we got one viewer. Anybody else?
I said I don't watch videos, but I do. Hey, Apple Music.
You have you have lifted an elbow and shook it. Okay, we got another one. Okay,
I've heard
any of the fellas,
but I ain't jamming like that.
Have you added to the view count on YouTube?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say.
Okay, well,
that's why I said I listen to it on Apple Music. I don't watch video.
Apple Music. I don't have those statistics, but what I do have is the statistics from YouTube. WAP came out 4 years ago, and it has 537 million views. 537 million views. That's just the video. We're not talking about the Apple. We're not talking about on the radio. We're not talking. So whenever we're sitting here talking about this and from an influential standpoint, those are women that are leading in the pop culture space, that are leading in the influential space. And what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Okay, all right. They're talking about what guys like. So then you get the simple ones, right? Over there, and don't mess around and watch the video. Hey, we had to stay up late for those back in the days. Okay,
Uncut.
Yeah, we had to stay up real late. But now, guess what? You could at the push of a button, and that's from a popular culture standpoint. So, like from the influential piece, I get what you're saying, Prototype, and I get what you're saying, Jamie. But then from a educational woman standpoint, there are some brilliantly educated women out there. Oh man. Oh, astute, right? As a matter of fact, Prototype, I'm sorry, Lost kind of made mention of one earlier. Harris. Okay.
I'm a PhD.
Oh, educated, right? So are we saying are we saying that they can't learn?
I like to
That's what they said. They can't.
No, I
They can
know.
learn.
Hold on. Because then Jamie did say something about it being narrow, the path being narrow, right? She did say something about that too. So why is it now that the women that are more influential talking about some stupid, silly shit, and the women, right, that are really talking about the things that will save a person's soul, and I'll even go to this extent, save a nation, right? Because as from an American standpoint, the family is the bedrock of our society. So whenever you have, I guess that's well how we'll have to boil it down. Jamie, maybe you were right. Maybe we are going to hell in a handbasket. But who is it to blame? Is it the men to blame? Is it the women to blame? Okay, so Prototype, I'll be with you. And me and HD, we had a months-long debate about who it is to blame on this one. Because guess what? Is it the women that are out there just promoting this stuff by themselves? No, they know the men love that stuff too. So guess what? You just display it right in front of them. Have pretty women just sing it with a nice body. And guess what? Hooked.
Who manages those women? Men. Women only do what men tell them to do. There's a man behind all of it.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
Sorry, HD.
It's whether we like to admit it or not. It is the truth. There is it whether it doesn't have to be a black man that's behind it, of course, right? But we know the music industry, they're all men, Ashkenazi Jews that are pushing these type of women in our faces that, and I may have messed up by saying that, but I'm sorry if I messed up I didn't mean to say that, Lord. Okay.
I said
just keep talking.
These women, these men pushing these
Just keep talking
on us. I ain't gonna.
Okay, but like we know that it's true. It's still a male running the show and projecting that image out there. I can't hear you.
Because me mute Jones.
My bad. I went to a different screen. So this is the thing. It's easy to say that we are not going to say that women can't learn. That's not a true statement because they're in school. And young women actually learn better at particular stages in their life than boys do. They mature faster, even psychologically. So they are able to learn. It's a matter of, that's fine, but it's still a matter of decision making. So the decisions that they make, this is the problem what we're having now, is that people like Prototype would say we're going to blame the men when it's the women choosing a small selection of dudes. So and this has been proven that these women that do not have father figures to put them in a household so that they don't have the choice, because remember, women are the ones that are choosing who is going on a date. And the women are choosing the same guys. Example, 100 women, and there are 100 dudes. Let's say 3 of those dudes are professional athletes. Okay. Probably more than likely 80% of those women, 100% of those women want maybe 99% of them want the 3%. So the guy literally has the case in which everybody wants, and he has a plethora of options. So you're telling me that I need to teach this guy and tell him, Listen, you don't need to mess with none of these women. You just need to choose one.
Gluttony to sin.
I'm not saying that's a true statement. However, if we teach the women to say, listen, I know my value, because where we are now is that we have to teach women that they know their value, so that they're not just giving an opportunity to the 3% of guys, but they're giving an opportunity to men that are in their same range of ability, so to speak. Right? So what I'm saying is that when women, because we are in the position that we are now, where women don't have a covering, women are not in their father's house, and women are not being given over into marriage, they are the ones that are choosing and creating the dating pool in which they don't like. So now they're having sex outside of marriage because they decide who has sex. Now they're getting pregnant by said dude that you knew was not a father, it was not a father figure or a husband figure. And then they come back and say, well, it was the guy that should have held his seed. Come on, man. At some point in time, we got to tell the women that they need to close their legs. Jamie, what you got?
I did want to clarify that it didn't say that they couldn't learn. It says that they would be ever learning, that they would be continuously learning world knowledge, and so that they would never be coming to the knowledge of the truth, and the truth is Jesus Christ, and the truth shall set them free. But because they can never come to the knowledge or to accept the call or the knock that God has placed on their heart, or realize that that empty void that is there that they're filling with men or things and stuff like that, is because God wants to put his righteousness and his will and his spirit in them, they can never understand true truth. And so there is, and that's why the road is narrow, because not everybody is saved. And that's the harsh reality. And so I know there's a good amount of good men, but there is a higher amount of bad men, because not everybody is saved. Not everybody is saved. And the Bible says it. It says it over and over and over again, that the heart of men is wicked, desperately wicked. And it's been proven over time. That's why he had to flood the whole earth and only save 8 people. When you have to flood the entire earth and there's only 8 people that you can keep, that tells you that it's easier to be corrupted with bad stuff than it is to be corrupted with the light of Christ. And that is just the truth. Whether we want to admit that to ourselves or believe that, it is the truth. That's why you have so many churches around here with effeminate men who are now saying it's okay to marry men in the church and have a first man. You see what I'm saying? So like the corruption is coming at a full throttle, because a lot of these men have been raised by single women, yes, and they are effeminate, and then they go into a church and there's another predator in there and is helping continue a vicious cycle of corruptness. And it says that in the word that there's only 2 churches that God is pleased with. There's 5 that are going to be judged because they're wicked, right? And so we have to, I feel like as believers, sometimes we want to believe that everybody's good, but we have to understand that he says for us to know to be as wise as a serpent, but as gentle as a dove, for a reason, because everybody out here got a little wickedness, even including us. There's time as believers where we think that are not holy, because we're not taught righteousness the way that we should have been taught righteousness. Righteous living and wanting to live righteous is not an emphasis. And that's why it says that women will be, there's so many women in church, they're ever learning, right? They're like, yes, I love the Lord. I want my Boaz. I want this. They have no fear of the Lord, because as soon as this little good man come with some nice teeth, you know what I'm saying, some good skin, their legs is wide open in the name of Jesus. And they going to say, God, send me my man. Yeah, he did. He did, nasty. He told you to do that, little dirty nasty. That's what he said.
That's exactly my point, though. Jamie.
But that same girl will still go and date the drug dealer.
and
in
will.
church Sunday and then go be with the drug dealer. Like,
And think that God is going to save him because she is fasting and praising and praying and interceding for a man that isn't saved. Like, what the delusion? And that's why women are delusional. But the Bible says that they would be
Listen,
delusional.
this is the part. This is why it's important to read the entire Bible and not just sections of the Bible, because it also talks about the woman that becomes a Christian and finds the truth, and she is able to win over her husband in the way in which she lives her life, right? So that is a woman changing first.
Right,
Right.
that's true. But see, that's where I think that it gives. See, that's where people hold on to that one little hope there.
No.
It is they hold on to that one little hope because again, we have to be honest. The road is narrow. That is a far and few in between. But when pastors tell that story, they give a whole slew of women hope that they don't have. You can save your man, but you got to close your legs, and he's got to be your husband, not some man that you think is your husband. There's women out here that look at pastors and think that that's her husband and set up themselves to steal another woman's husband in ministry. Like we've seen it, right? Like I'm just saying. Okay.
Okay. This is what I hear what you're saying. I'm telling you that the reason why we are where we are now is because women made a decision to not want to be covered. That was their decision. When you go look at what was it, 1964? I think it was 1964. If you look at the Civil Rights Bill, the Feminism Act, the liberal agenda, women decided that they did not want to be covered. So you're going to come back and tell me that it's the man's fault? Yes, in the situation of that, there were men that said yes to these women, but the women were the ones that wanted to be free. And what does the Bible also say? That he will give you over to a reprobated mind, right? So you cannot tell me that it's that women are so intelligent, they have intuition, that they're the most learned people. And black women are the most to say that they love Jesus and love God, but they cannot understand that they need to change their behavior in order for them to find a good dude. Even women that are of the cloth struggle with being submissive women, struggle to be submissive women. Okay. So what I'm saying, and that's with a good man. And good men struggle to be submissive to God. Okay. So I'm going to keep that in line. So what I'm saying to you is that the person that is in submissive state first is the one that's supposed to be yielding first. We as men supposed to yield to God first. He's not supposed to yield to us first. And the same way with women. Women are supposed to yield to men first. Well, to God first, obviously, but then to their husband. So this lack of accountability that we keep trying to put on women is crazy. Okay. Women need to change their behavior. They need to seek Christ so that they know what a man of Christ looks like, as well as what a shepherd of a house as it relates to the church looks like as well. Jamal Bryant should not even have a church. But I guarantee you, because he impregnates these women with these dumb ideas, you know, he just had Kamala at his church, right? After she just denounced that Jesus is Lord, but then he preaches a sermon to try to include that women are the best leaders, is what he said. So yes, that's a horrible dude, but he's trying to elevate women because he knows, and the devil knows, that women are that influential, right? Because who did he go after? He went after the woman first, and he still continues to go after the woman. The reason why John Baptist's head was cut off was because of a woman. The reason why Samson got into the situation that he did, it was his lack of judgment, but it was her manipulating her sexuality, right? No different than Joseph being put in prison. Women are influential. The reason why Jesus was let go, so to speak, was because what was it? What it was with Barabbas, the king. He asked his wife. He was like, she was like, what's going on? She was a part of him. She was like, hey, he's that dude. So I think you should deal with him differently. So we can't be out here talking about women are not who God has created them to be. That's a false narrative. No matter how you try to spin that particular scripture, women have the capability to change lives in the best way that I could think of, because y'all produce life, and you as women are supposed to be nurturing the children to be even better individuals. And it's gonna be Lost, and we're gonna get out of here shortly. Jamie can go out the Lost, but I kept y'all too long. Go ahead, Lost. What you got?
You good? Here's my thing, Humble Dad. I think that we're trying to get people to get on board. I think you should probably feed them from the overflow. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take you off the path of what you're doing. I'll give you an example. Say, for instance, you got two people walking in the forest. One person has a path and a lamp. The other person is right behind you, and they're going to walk on another path. Okay. So what happens is they start walking apart, and as long as the other person can see the light, they're good. But what's happening, what we're seeing today is we're seeing too many women walking away from the light, and they're straying and they're stranded out here in this forest, and they're forgetting how to be, the light of the world. You see what I'm saying? And I don't think that a lot of times women appreciate men for what they do, is because they don't understand exactly what it is that it goes into to being a man, And I think a lot of times if you don't have that correct idea of a man, you'll misuse him. We just talked about Jamal Bryant. Then a few months ago, he wanted to the guys to sell weed. And then now we got a vice president whose agenda trying to sell to the brothers is trying to sell weed. To me, that lets me know that both of them don't speak highly of black men. They didn't say, hey, we want to send you to Harvard, some of the best schools, you know what I'm saying? Some of the schools that they went to. No, they want you to go to community college and sell weed because that's the best that they think of you. And then as soon as we turn our nose up, then it's a problem. I think the issue is that we don't have enough men who stand up for what they believe in and have the courage enough to leave these women where they are. Let them catch up. It's like the bell curve and anything else. At the very beginning of the bell curve, you're always going to have some people that's going to get right on board. No problem. They see the vision and they go. Then there's always this fat, juicy middle that's in the middle that comes usually about 10 years later. You see what I'm saying? That they finally catch religion and they want to come on, okay? And then you got this little smidgen that's in the back who never get it. We don't need to waste our time with that little smidgen back there in the back, We should always focus on the tip of the spear. Those who are innovators, those who are shakers, those are the ones that actually make things move, because our investment will return itself greater when we deal with those who are moving in a way that allows us to play well with others. You see what I'm saying? Those are the people that we really should spend our time with. What's going to happen is the people who are going to move second are always going to move second, no matter what it is. It can be in technology, it can be in education, it can be in whatever. That's the way that their mindset is set up. Those are the type of people you'll tell them, hey, Humble Dad, I got an idea for this business. And you know what they'll tell you, Humble Dad? I'll wait and see how you do. You see what I'm saying? Those are the people who always come later, and we shouldn't have to worry about them. We should never get weary in well doing. And my thing is, whenever we get women that actually want to come late, we shouldn't focus on them. We should focus on the ones who actually want to be obedient, the ones who actually want to work with their husband, the ones who see value in men, because those are the women that we can work with. All this other stuff that's in the back, I'm kind of done with that, man. I'm tired of not getting appreciated from the rear of the crew, because they weren't gonna put nothing on the super chat. You know what I'm saying? They weren't gonna leave nothing in the collection plate anyway. All they were looking to do is steal a few nuggets and a few little amens, and yes, you can, and you can do this, and you can feel all the hope and warm all inside. And they refuse to get the knowledge and wisdom by coming to Bible study and getting the meat and potatoes of what you're really supposed to be learning, instead of coming in shouting on Sunday and getting your hooping and hollering and dropping your $5 or $10 in the plate. And that's it. The whole thing about it is the reason why a lot of women are educated and they're not applying wisdom is because they think that all they have to do is, if you do this right here, if I get my degree, that'll be enough. Sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes it is the practical application of wisdom that actually allows you to better understand what you're doing. And I think that is the issue that we're having today. We have the issue of people who gain a whole bunch of knowledge, but they don't apply it in real life. They don't go out and they say, hey, you know what, Jamie, how was your day today? Are you okay? How's your kids, man? You know, is everything okay? You know, that type of thing. Dwayne, how's your family, man? I know you had to come in, you had to feed the kids before you came in. But brother, let me ask you a question. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? How was your day today? Ashley, the same way. You know, those are the type of people who actually apply the wisdom and the knowledge to find out exactly what it is. And if you get to somebody who has a problem, say, well, listen, what can I do to help? That's the application of wisdom. That is the perfect application of wisdom, because you're actually using that to actually move the conversation forward. And then you'll get a whole bunch of people. All they want to do is just want to just do just enough to get by. We're wasting our time with those people. And Prototype will tell you like this, don't even worry about that. He'll tell you that to your face. Don't worry about it. So that's my whole thing, man. Just don't get worried about the ones in the back. You know, always worry about the ones in the front, because those are the ones who are going to help you pull. The ones in the back ain't going to do but try to pull you back. And that's all I got to say about that.
I think Lost, finished it for me. But I do think, I do want to make sure that I clarify that a lot of times that we talk kingdom, but we have to remember this system is ruled by Satan. So when women chose not to be covered, it wasn't biblical believing women that chose not to be covered. It was worldly women, Jezebels, Delilahs, women of the world and night that didn't want to be covered. You know what I'm saying? So I think if we really sit and put into retrospect, our wisdom that we have, a lot of times we apply that to the world system and they don't accept us. And they don't accept the train of thought that we have, because the train of thought they have, they are reprobate. Right. That's why they can learn, like you said, and learn and never apply. I know people that are in the church that have doctor's degree and still live worldly, like where I'm like, you a pastor, right? Like, that you're not supposed to do that. Like it blows my mind sometimes that you have this title, you have this knowledge, you have this, and over here, I'm here like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Like, don't do that. Why am I telling you that when you went to school for this? You know what I'm saying? So, and it could be frustrating, just like you said, Jamal Bryant, the woman said, I think like somebody said, Jesus is Lord. And she said, not here or something like that. I can't remember.
You're at the wrong rally.
Okay. We not on that platform. It's like not in my church. She would have been right off of that thing. Oh, well, you're in the wrong area. But these churches, they only care about people coming to serve them, not Jesus Christ. I want you guys to get saved at my church and become a member at my church so that I could get your tithes and offering, and I can live a life that looks appealing to you, because that's what you want. You want the money, the glitz and the glam. That's why we elevate P. Diddy's, we elevate basketball players, we elevate, all these people that look like they have what we don't have, because we have envious, we have covetous heart. That's why God says in the 10 Commandments, don't covet your neighbor's stuff. We like to look at people and say, this is what I want my life to look like. That's why he says, stop doing it. Stop doing that, because you'll never be fulfilled. And that's where that ever learning, but never coming to the truth. We'll be ever wanting to have more wisdom, more knowledge of the world so we could become greater in the world sense, but we'll never come to the knowledge of the truth, which is so simple, right? We'll never come to that. So I'm just saying, like, not all of us, but some of us won't, majority. But yeah, this was good. I enjoyed this. I just want to say that out loud. Like, this was really good.
Was it good because we got the Bible? Because we got what part of it was good? What part was good, Jamie? What did you like about tonight?
I just liked, telling women the truth and having that reality that, we do have to take responsibility. Because I was reprobate at some point in my life, right? And so I had to come to myself, and the veil had to be lifted, and I had to be awakened to the fact that I was a real sinner in real life, and I was really making God angry, not anybody else, but God angry. And so it was just good to have this conversation, because I think a lot of times people don't reflect and be like, I'm the problem. I am adding to this system of negativity. I am making this worse, but I keep picking on other people that are alcoholics or hoes or whatever, because their sin is visible, but my secret sin is what's actually helping their sin flourish.
That's a mic drop. That's what's up. Make sure y'all check out Jamie on all platforms. What she be doing at Thug Thizzle. Appreciate you, Jamie. Make sure you check out Lost in Translation on all platforms. These are some intelligent individuals, and the goal is to make sure that people are getting better and getting fed from a biblical perspective, from a mature perspective of what it looks like to live in this world, because we've been here and we've done some incredible things. Check out Prototype on his platforms over on IG as well as YouTube and TikTok, and then Ash, you can catch her on Facebook as well as IG 360 Diva, and then Dwayne Jones, you can catch him on time late here on Humble Dad Podcast every Monday night, or you can go check him out at DwayneJonesPhotography.com. And as always, it's been dope, man. I really appreciate y'all. You know what it is. Until next time, we out here. Deuces.
The boy is dangerous.
Bad feeling about this.
You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world.